Well, when you're talking about player expectation, I mean, you're talking about marketing, you're talking about PR, you're talking about promotion, like all that stuff to communicate to the gamer what that is. That is important. Um, and when you're successful, the example you used was Call of Duty. When you're that successful, it's a prison as much as it is a palace, right? Because you have gamers that expect certain things, and if you don't provide them, then some of them may turn on the game. Like take a game like Halo franchise in Halo ODST, which was the fourth game in the series. They introduced Firefight. And so they had that, which was their sort of like take on horde sort of survival, four players playing against AI opponents. So they had that for two more games after that, and then in the most recent game, Halo 4, they took it out, and some people were extremely pissed about it. In fact, the worst review they got, which was like a low outlier, specifically complained about the fact that they had taken that out of the game. So, there's and again, because of the power of the internet, elevating these voices, there's this sense now in all media of sort of shared ownership, right? That sort of, you look at the furor over Mass Effect 3 and the ending. You look at the reactions to Game of Thrones, and all these kinds of things. Like when a lot of people feel a certain way about a lot of things, about a specific aspect of a game, a specific feature that's been removed, or all of these things, they rise up, they get very vocal, and they can find each other, and they can sort of, it is a force multiplier, right? And so that's the thing, is that when people are investing so much time and attention in a particular game, in a particular franchise, they start to feel an ownership over it. And as a developer, you don't necessarily have, unless you seize it for yourself and sort of deliberately say, there are developers like Criterion, which makes racing games, and they sort of say, like, for people who really liked Burnout 3 or, Burnout Paradise, and they sort of say, like, we did that game, we're not making that game over again. If you want to play that game, take it out of your closet and play it, because we're not going to make that game over. But you have to have, you have to have a really stern backbone in order to pull that off, because, like they say, it's show business, not show art.